Hey guys, Below Average Utah Dad here. So I'm going unscripted on this one. I'm usually unscripted, but I wanted to talk about something. I'm sure many of you that follow this channel and follow a lot of other channels are aware of what's currently going on with Richard High. You guys might know him the way that I do as Angry Cops. I don't know Richard personally. We've had a few interactions on some of our social medias. I comment a lot on his videos. He's commented on some of my posts on X and on some of my videos. But I have met some of the gentlemen from Unsubscribe. Batty, who was one of the original founding members of Unsubscribe, who's known for Batty streams. I've met Matt Best. He's been on Unsubscribe. And I serve with people in the military, and I know a lot of police officers. And I know that sometimes the military, like we're uncouth and we're irreverent, and we have dark humor. You guys have seen that on my channel. You've seen it on other people's channel. But there's one thing that people like myself, people like Richard High, the other members of the Unsubscribed podcast, something that's core to who they are, and that's their families, that's their children, their spouses or their partners. And so when when Rich comes out and he says there's a serious issue going on, and he's an SVU lieutenant, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go watch the Unsubscribe message that he did. The message he did on Unsubscribe, the story that he told. Here's a man, and he's getting raked through the coals by several media outlets, which shame on them. Shame on them for attacking this man, for saying, hey, there's some allegations that are out there. There's some things that we're investigating, and we're running into problems regarding the Buffalo School District. And instead of the media immediately going, is this something that needs to be looked into? They look at him and go, well, he's on a podcast and he's drinking and burping. Like, this is a man who was brought to tears. A man who has served in the military from my understanding, at least 15 years. Who has done a lot for the military community and for the police community in a positive way, who isn't afraid to highlight when leaders, both enlisted and officer, are being absolute pieces of garbage, at risk to his own military and police career. But then also not being afraid, like myself, to make fun of some of the dumb cultural things that we do. Because that's how we connect. That's how we, as members of the military, as members of law enforcement, we connect with one another, and we have crazy experiences. We go through trauma. We see things that we can't talk about. Those of us with clearances that have seen terrible, horrible things that are classified, we can't talk about that to anybody except one another, and we've all seen it. There's not really an outlet to help us process. So here's a man who's seen things, who's experienced things, who is just trying to help protect children, or at least help prevent things from happening in the future to children, who wants to work with schools, who wants to work with districts, who wants to work with the local community there in Buffalo. And we have news outlets that are attacking a man who's trying to bring to light something that's going on. So I wanted to talk about this because, I as a fellow member of the military, I don't like seeing people being attacked, especially someone who I believe is a very good man. I've been watching Angry Cops and all of his stuff that he's been putting out for close to 10 years now. And there have been dark times in my life when I have been deployed, or I've been struggling, or there have been things that just go wrong in my life. And suddenly there's an Angry Cops video And it just makes me laugh and realize, oh yeah, I could be in the Army as someone who's not in the Army, but in the Air Force Reserve. Which, say what you will about that. But to see someone attacked so blatantly for trying to raise awareness of something that's good, what is wrong with the world we live in? So what? So he's a an uncouth, kind of dark humor, irreverent, funny guy. He calls things as he sees it. He has stances against things that he thinks are dumb, and he calls it that way. I do the same thing. People on both sides of the aisle do it, but the only people that get attacked are people like angry cops, like Rich High, people like myself, people like the other members of Unsubscribe, like Donut Operator and Eli, and it's just it's just absolutely infuriating to see this happen to someone who does a lot of good for the military, like not just for the Army, and he's getting attacked. So I want to encourage everyone to go watch the video on Unsubscribe. Please go watch it. Please go check out what he has to say. Listen to the story that he has to tell and the things that he's struggling with and the things that he's trying to get done. Look into it yourself. When you watch that video, please don't skip the ads. I know that sounds like a really weird thing, but all of the revenue that they generate from views on that video are going to be donated directly to the Buffalo, I believe it's the Buffalo School District Support Foundation, something to basically, it's going to help Rich and his team and the local community find ways to protect the children that are in need and to help bolster some of the things that are going wrong and fix some of the things that are going wrong in that school district. And if nothing else, it's there to help provide for children. So please go out and watch his story. It is a fair warning. There's some strong language in it, and rightly so. I have two daughters and I have a son, and I know that I am very protective of them, and I would absolutely want someone like Rich High working on something if this were to happen in our school district or within my children's school. I would want someone like Richard High on my team, helping to protect my children. He's the type of person that gives me faith in police departments and in good policing. And all of the members of the Unsubscribe team that have done law enforcement and military work, they're the type of people that help me want to be a better person and be a better creator and bring and advocate for healthy things while still having fun, while still creating entertainment. And that's what creators like them, creators like myself, that's what we're trying to do, to highlight good things and still have fun with people. So please go out, watch that video, share it with your friends and family. I don't care what your politics are. I want you to just take a step back and think about if you had children, or if you had friends with children, or if your siblings have children, do you have nieces and nephews or grandchildren? If that was happening in your school district, how would you feel? And then consider that the possibility is that it's happening in another school district, even though it might not be your kids. That is horrific. Do what you can to help. Watch the ads, help watch that whole video, learn the story, and help take action in the most legal and appropriate way possible. I know this wasn't a super fun video, but I wanted to share it, and I wanted to bring some attention to that. Even though I'm a really small creator, I don't have the outreach that those guys do, but I'm trying to help because I might have people that I can reach that they can't. So best of luck to you guys on the Unsubscribe podcast. Not that you need all that luck, but especially you, Rich. I know that you're under a lot of pressure and a lot of attack. I'm just a small creator out in Utah, but if there's anything that I can do If there's anything that you need for support, if you just need somebody to talk to, just anything, I'm here. I support you. I support the fight that you're in right now. Go get them and protect those kids. So thanks, everybody, and have a great day.